Light on. Hello everyone, welcome to another awesome live stream. The avalanche is rolling. Yes, the avalanche is rolling, and today is gonna be big fun. We're gonna play 2v2 with the viewers and Triple Elixir with the viewers. So yeah, invite me for that. And once, let me put, it's so loud here. I'm speaking so loud. And once we have 100 likes on this video, I'll create the 2000 gems tournament. You know the routine. You know how it works. It's not created yet, but once we have those 100 likes, which is usually 15 minutes. Avagirl war Erste auf Twitch. Hallo Avagirl. And Sumuk Prajapati is here. Mohamed Buratur is here. I think I already have an invitation there. Yeah, if it works, there you go. Kokwali Ali, Mohamed Buratur, Nightbot, Patrick McKinstry in the house, Raphael Sulzer, Kidifan, Bibo Royale, probably missed some. Kidifan, Vincent, hey Vincent. Welcome guys to this live stream. 100 likes, 100 people join the tournament. I'll create it at 100 likes, so make sure to like the YouTube live stream. Why we do that? Only here we make sure that it's viewers getting into the tournament, not strangers. So if you have 100 likes on the video, I assume it's 100 people here watching, and those will get into the tournament. That's basically the reasoning. How can I add you as friend? That's the easiest here. I'm on my main account with Facebook. I hope this works. I hope the link is posted properly. Patrick McKinsey, you spent so much money on tourney. Thanks for hosting. You're welcome. I spent so much money on the Mega Night. Unbelievable. Yeah, there's my Facebook name. I just posted it. Did it work? Yeah, it worked on YouTube. Did it work on Twitch? Yeah, so there's the Facebook to connect. And yeah, let me accept this battle here. It's a ramp up battle. Let me check my deck. Yeah, then let's go. Let's try this. I'm here on the wrong side here. Wrong side of the screen. Let's go. Let's try this. Let's not fail completely in the first battle. We have a bad starting hand actually with no pump. I want the pump so bad. But we didn't get the pump. I mean, it's the last card I get. I mean, yeah. That's what it is. I mean, what can you do? If the game doesn't like you, it doesn't like you. That's what it is. If the game doesn't like you, there's nothing you can do. Do I have to defend this? No. I'd rather start pumping. Yeah, he's been pumping for a while, so up high he has an advantage, but now it's double Alex, so I'm still able to catch up, I guess. Okay, a lot of stuff going his way there. He's using that tornado. I'm not worried about the tornado. He'll still have to counter all the stuff that I have on the map. We still have a lot of stuff there, but he's got a fireball. Very annoying. But we hit the tower. Getting better. Getting better. He's pumping. I don't know. He's pumping in double Alex. I don't know. Don't do that. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think that's really worth it. I mean, it's just dropping as much as you can. Basically, just drop as much stuff as you can. That's what double Alex is about, I guess. I don't know. Okay, let's drop this guy right here. He's got so many of those. There, he's got it. He's got it. PK wins. I'm confused here with this mouse. The mouse is confusing! And he got the win. Well played. I sent the invite on Facebook. Please accept. Okay, let's go. Confirm, confirm, and confirm. There you go. Accepted! Subuk Prajapati is my Facebook. Add me also. You can add me, it's easy. How can I add you? Just with this. Here's the link once again. And don't forget to like this video. Be part of the avalanche. At 100 likes, we're gonna create the tournament. I'm actually not sure. What is this? I'm actually not sure. Oh no, water on the table. Uh-oh. I spilled the water here. Not good. And I have nothing to clean it up. That's bad. An emergency happened. Water on the table. Yeah, and no paper. That would suck, that water. That's really bad. I don't know. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Now it's on the floor, isn't it? Okay. Okay, let's try. Let's try one more. I have to get used to this controls here. I'm not playing on my usual iPad, so this is kind of confusing. The tournament I will create at 100 likes of the video. Hello, Nicolas Danojevic. And Reese Harper. That guy subbed 3 days ago. Thanks so much. The problem is we have to pump. We don't have to pump. We never have to pump. Super annoying. Why do we never have to pump? I think the poison is a bit expensive. Just to counter this. I don't know. I stopped them a bit too early. Hey, witch! Stand back, witch! She always overtakes. That's definitely not the idea of the witch. Be a nice little witch and stay behind. We couldn't pump a single time. Starting deck. Unlucky. We were always behind. Whatever we do, we're always one step behind. Very tough to catch up if you gotta start like this. Yeah, it's too late. Too late. Chief, I played Pekka 3 Maskers heal and went 9-2. Cool. Take a 3 Muskies. I don't like the 3 Muskies. They're so slow. I never play them. I tried them. Actually, I tried them today. But there's, again, the same feeling as always. They feel so slow and you have to wait so long until you can play them. And of course, in the Triple Elixir, it may work. But in the regular play, I will create the tourney once we have 100 likes on the video. And usually you guys are really fast on that. Did you win the Mega Knight on the turn or you pay it? I opened the chest. You will see that in a video tomorrow. You will see that in the video tomorrow, how I got the Mega Knight. That will be in the video. So, 2v2 battle. Actually, it's my 2v2 day. Edwin Fraser. Accept Facebook. Okay, okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. I will. Guys, I don't like the Giant Skelly. The Giant Skelly is such an annoying card. I don't know. I totally dislike it. And recently, it is somehow very strong. I don't know. Gonna take some damage there, but I'm still relaxed. My witch is a bit expensive. Yeah, fireball stuff. A tornado! People always playing that tornado. My deck is basically just the double LX deck, so I'm not worried. Ooh, really? The pass is not showed us like 15 minutes. Where is she? The pass? Password? Pass it. As I said, at 100 likes, I will create the tournament. I don't know how many likes it is right now, actually. Do you have a double tornado? Yeah, they do. Now, my Mega Knight jumps to the left tower. That was a great tornado. Pulls him to the left tower. That was unfortunate. Oh, those minion horde. That minion horde is unfortunate. That minion horde is very unfortunate. But what can he do? Alan Blankley, thanks for the sub. Double tornado again. They always tornadoing. Always play that tornado. And they're totally defensive. I know how they took the first tower. They always defended. I see absolutely no attack power, just defense, and sometimes they try to rush with a horn. They do so much damage. Now they just poison the tower, like really? Yeah, that's it. All they do is tornado and drop hawks. Hope to be lucky with hawks. That's what they did. Top 3 donations? I don't know. Let's see the Facebook requests quickly. I did accept them. Oh no, there are new ones. No? No new ones. Let's refresh. By the way, did my tweet go out? Did you guys get notifications? You never know. Let's check this quickly. Yeah, it is there. Okay. Yeah, there's the friend requests. Just have to refresh and then there are the friend requests. There you go. Awesome. So, how many likes do we have, guys? Let's see. Let's quickly check how many likes we got already. 67, we're almost there. Guys, you're fast. You're fast as always. Really fast. Wow. Okay, what's next? A friendly battle. A Triple Elixir battle. A ramp up. Let's go. Super slow. Super slow. That a good stream is, guys. And don't forget to like and sub. Yeah, do it. Do it. Do it. I got a pump. This time we have the pump first. This is actually the first time. Sometimes I play 20 matches and get the pump like in the starting deck 2 times. Like, I don't know. Sometimes really unlucky. But I think here actually that could develop into a good counter push. Let's see what he's planning to drop. Ah. This. Okay. Tornado. Why is everybody playing that darn tornado? Unbelievable. Everybody playing the tornado. Yeah, guys, and it's true. Nova Daniel just says, once we have those 15,000, we will have a 10k tournament. Probably next... Oh, I should play. Probably that will be next Saturday then. I think we could make it today to 15k and then the 10k tourney will be next Saturday. Why am I playing it this lane? That's what distraction does. Like, what the heck? Double? The double trouble? It's so many of them. But look at our Mega Knight. Our Mega Knight was doing a very good job up there. He was pushing so heavy here right lane and our Mega Knight was doing an awesome job at the King Tower. Feels like he completely forgot about the Mega Knight and dang! Holy. Well played. I said, and now you need 217. What's the tournament? Really Nightbot, what's the pass? I play Pokemon Go every day. Really? Is that still a thing? Pokemon Go? It's not that hard to wait for password. What's the tournament? The tournament will be ChiefAvalon. Once we have 100 likes, I will create it and the first 100 people will join, as always. Good game, good game. Let's go. Next one. Before we have those 100 likes, we have to hurry a bit and play. Hurry a bit and play. Why is it so slow today? Look at this. It's horrible. It kind of likes forever. Oh, Nova Danger. Ah. That's probably very difficult. I tried to go for a 3 crown. I know you rushed my other lane. Mega Knight OP. I agree. The Mega Knight is very strong. I totally agree with that. Okay. That was weird. I don't know why we didn't get him on time. Not good to play the P.E.K.K.A first, but let's do it anyways. And would you kill the bats, please? Yeah, I should have played. I'm leaking elixir like crazy, guys. Have you seen that? I'm leaking. I'm leaking so much elixir. Unbelievable. And then, all of a sudden, you don't have enough elixir because you're leaking so much. Oh no. 3 muskets. I have a big surprise for the 3 muskets. I hope we're just on time to kill them. Probably not. Okay, okay. Let's go. Let's go! Oh dang, I didn't see that P.E.K.K.A. I didn't see the P.E.K.K.A. there. Jump! And now I have it, but it's too late. Too late. I wanted to counter him. I was playing too aggressive. I wanted to try to counter 3 muskets with the Mega Knight. That actually works really well. But yeah, I played it too aggressive. I should have just leaned back and played it slow. The green screen has me dying. Avalon, what is your name on Facebook? It's ChiefAvalon. 8 minutes to go. Dang, you're fast. You're really fast. This is my Facebook, guys. So I got it. I just should play it more careful. I liked the video on 4 accounts. Holy. Why are you in such a hurry? What's up? What's the pass? I will create a tourney once we have those 100 likes. Yeah, lean back, relax. I was too pushy in the last battle, too pushy. And yeah, just lean back, relax, take it easy. They should just take it easy. That golem is very slow. Not a real danger. Sorry. Nice click there. Come on, 1. Yes. And almost another one. Not bad. Actually not bad. Keep the pressure real. Oh no, come on. Okay, I'm pushing too much. Once again, I'm pushing too much. I have to play careful. More careful than this. distribute the stuff a little bit. His lightning is super annoying. And also the giant skelly there. Yeah, all damage done by lightning, but both towers almost down. I was taking both towers, he was taking lightning. Whew. 100 likes, like really? You guys are fast. Last one, 2v2. Let's see, do we have one? Oh, yeah, we do have 100 likes, exactly. So, one last 2v2 and then we'll create the 2000 Gems Tournament. If I just put all the stuff in one lane, I would easily win. But I took both towers, almost. Okay, so one more battle and then I'll create the tournament. And yeah, guys, don't forget to subscribe, like my Naffles Jeff and Face Keezy and Common Ice-Key subbed. And we're getting very close to 15,000. And you know what that means? Once at 15,000, we're gonna plan for the 10K tournament, probably next Saturday. Do you have something to defend this guy? Because I don't. Ah, okay, we did it. Good, good. Let's play the P.E.K.K.A boy. We have something to distract, like... Oh, too late. Damn it, I hate when this happens. And it lags you out like that, and you actually deploy the units and it takes a second, and then the giant skelly misses it and just walks to the tower. But anyways, not too bad. Let's play the witch. An easy witch. We still have 1 minute. It feels so slow, guys. It's like the game is not progressing at all. I don't know. It's like, whoa. I mean, we can just zap that tower. They're defending like crazy. Why is everybody playing the giant skelly? Where's the Triple Elixir when you need it, guys? Where's the Triple Elixir when you need it? Siva Sankar, hey, welcome. And this is annoying. If you don't like the live stream, then just leave. It's that easy. It's not like you're paying for the tournament, it's me paying for the tournament. And this, if you don't like the stream, if you just come for the tournament, you're in the wrong place maybe. If that's all you care about and you don't care about the stream, it's not my problem, it's yours. There's plenty of streams out there to watch, plenty of streams out there without a tournament, go there. I don't care, it's my stream, my rules. And we're gonna get there, come on, bandit! Ah! Damn it. It's always that giant skelly. That guy is so annoying. Bomber. The bomber! Really? Bomber survives? Are you kidding me? The bomber survives. It's a draw. Like, Really? It's a draw. That's boring. A draw. No, I'm a bot. Cookie, you're annoying. Go out if you have any problems. There's Nova Daniel. Please, can some... There's a title to the stream. The title says... Matches with the viewers. 2v2 and Triple Elixir matches with the viewers and tournament. And yeah, I told you, at 100 we'll create the tournament. And playing with Machia, welcome back. I'm watching you in-game. Thank you, the Accept. You're the best YouTuber ever. Thank you so much, the Wood Sidey. Cookie play. Okay, and Gino, hey, welcome. Okay, let's go. Let's go. 145 likes. Are you kidding me? That can't be true. No, it's 110. It's 110. Okay, once again, those people that are here every time know already how it works. I'm gonna create the tournament now. We're gonna let 100 people join. And then I'm gonna close it, and at 150 likes, that should be easy. I mean, you have 150 viewers. So at 150 likes, I will reopen it. At 150 likes, and then we fill it and start it. The Clash Royale Challenger, you're the best. Thank you so much. And too fast to be here. Thanks for the sub. And Dawood Saidi, you just said my name. You're awesome. You're #1 friend from RSA. Big shout out to you. I love Chief Pat. Big Mac, I'm his #1 fan from SA. Okay, so let's go and create that tournament. This is actually, by the way, fans, family, Ava fam, that's what I wanted to say. This is, by the way, my tournament number 193. Unbelievable 193 tournaments. I don't want to think about how much money this is. Yeah. Probably, I would have maxed everything by now. I guess. If I just invested into chests instead. No, but this is way more fun having the tournaments with you. So let's create this tournament here. There you go. The password will be this. Bang. Okay, it's there. It's there. It's been created. Now I just need this here to share the password. And remember how this works. The password is always in the chat first. I will say it, but it's always in the chat first because the chat is, of course, faster. And oops, this is wrong here. That was weird. Okay. So let's remove this, and the password will be this. And get ready to join, guys. So as I said, the password in the chat first. So read the chat. It's gonna be on YouTube and Twitch. No worry. And we're gonna let 100 people join, and then I'll close it. Okay, the tournament name is ChiefAvalon, so you can already go there and look for the tourney. If you can, the tournament name is ChiefAvalon. And the first password for the first 100 people to join the tournament is a secret. Secret! That's the password. That's the first one. Let's go there and check it out. There's the password. 2 people actually joined already. I don't know how. But the password is secret. Chanda Prakash Meena, thanks for the sub. Thanks for the sub. Accept my Facebook request. I will. 49 people are already in. Let's check those Facebook requests. 66. 66. Okay, you've been accepted. 66, 30, 93. Let's go to this screen and I will close it. 100. Let's close it very quickly. It's filling so fast. So, it's closed. At 108, it's closed. So, 150 likes, we will reopen it and then we're gonna start it soon. We're currently at 120 likes, so we should be able to make that really quick. And once it's full, it's gonna start. Okay, yeah, let's do this. I got this invitation here for another battle. Let's do that one. Gaming with Kartik joined and Raphael Souls is 48. Alfie number 60. Clash Royale Spark Nations. Here's your shout out. How can this happen? I'm not even ready and already barrel is on our tower. Like what? This is weird. This is weird. I could play the Mega Knight on all that stuff. Okay, that was a great attack. I didn't actually play it there, but yeah. That was weird. Do we have a zap or something? No. That won't work. That lightning! A little bit late. A little bit late, but yeah, who cares? Let's play the bandit over here. Basically with this deck the struggle is to wait for double Elixir, and that's a real struggle with this kind of deck. And he plays the Giant Skelly. Anil Kumal, thanks for the sub. He plays that Giant Skelly. The bad thing is our witch is so behind. And yeah, maybe we take this guy here just for a change to see what it does. That was a good tap, lightning. That was a good one. That is support with a witch. I only have one zap. I have only one zap. I mean, what can I do? I have one zap for the Inferno, but not for all those skellies. I don't think the Giant Skelly works that way. If they all defend, and that doesn't work. As a YouTuber who just started his channel, reply me. Can help each other. Reply me, we can help each other to grow. Mobile gaming with AB. Yeah, you know, I help a lot of people out there whenever I can. By the way, guys, before I forget, tomorrow I'll stream the Royal Premier League Best of Europe. So that's a special stream that will take place tomorrow, but I won't be able to stream on Monday. Maybe I'll have a live stream from my mobile, but I will not be able to stream Crash Loyal on Monday. It's not possible. Anime Freak, big shout out to you. Kevin 5564. Declan Games. I will share the password again at 150 likes. Don't worry. We'll get there. Let's see. We have 125. So only 25 more likes to the video. And then we're gonna play that. Shall we switch decks? What about the Expo? I don't like it so much. I don't like the witch here. The witch. Maybe this one is better. It's very expensive, especially for 2v2, it's very expensive. But we don't have any splash damage in it. Maybe take the wizard. But that one's also very expensive. What about the 2 gobs instead of the goblin gang? And what about this guy here? Switch some stuff in the deck. Yo, what's the tournament name? It's ChiefAvalon. Why I don't have you on Facebook? You can add me easily. You can add me easily on Facebook. Here's my Facebook if you don't have it. There's, by the way, also Discord. Let's join this. ChiefAvalon. Alvano. Avalanche. Isaac Young, hey, and Tim Aiming, thanks for the sub. Guys, we're getting closer to those 15,000 subs. Somehow, it looks like subs are not counting properly. Looks like the subs are not counting. Why is everybody playing the giant skelly? That is so weird. The giant skelly. That counter seems not to be working. I don't know why. It's not moving. It's not moving. I see the subs all the time here. JJ Bros, Bartul Kovac, thanks for the subs. But it's not showing. Okay, let's pound. I'm gonna play the bad boy here. Bang. Destroy that furnace. It's too late to go for the pump. We're already in double LX, so this should actually, let's see. I'm gonna play a P.E.K.K.A here, aggressive. But we don't have enough elixir. Bad luck. Protect the P.E.K.K.A at all times. Very important to protect the P.E.K.K.A at all times. But yeah, they're having so many splash units. How can we get there? Do we have 150 likes, guys? It's really difficult to get there. They're so defensive, we can't get at the tower. So that's those moments where you think you could just lightning them like they do, and that would work. So like this. Yeah, drop the goblin barrel at least. Because they're all about defense. I mean, that's the thing. Totally defensive. Yeah, rocket them. That's the best to do. They have to move when you rocket them. It's the best, just rocket them. I mean, Giant Skelly is mainly about defense. That's how I feel about that guy. Time for a rocket. Time for another rocket. Come on, Gabriel. Hey. And Andre got Tejo. I have to check afterwards why it's not showing. Why it's not showing the sub count. Somehow sub count is not. That was obvious. They just defended, so we just rocket tower. I don't have rockets in the deck though. Cookie play. I'm a moderator. No, you're not. Nice try there. Actually, on this chat here, it looks real. Not on the YouTube chat. And Mrs. Scoop in the house. My lovely Mrs. Scoop. Hey, welcome. Yeah, let me know once we have those 150 likes on the video so that we can open and start the video. The stream. And I gotta check why the subs are not showing. So let's quickly check this. Or are they showing? Yes, they are showing. I guess that it's right. So we need 150 for 15k. 150 likes, there you go. So let's reopen the tournament. And yeah, is it fair if I show it on the stream? No, I won't. I will actually do the hidden screen again. Like this. Mrs. Scoop, glad you're here. I hope you're a little bit better. I hope you're better. I know it's probably not that fast, but I just wish you would be better. Okay, so let me quickly go to the tournament and change the password. And then we're on 160 viewers, so we're gonna let 50 people join. I guess the password will be... Yeah, I can't change it. Why not? There you go. So the password will be this. Safe. Okay. Password is set. And it's gonna be in the chat first. As always, get ready to join. Actually, the pane expanded to the other side. Ah, I don't wanna hear it. I wish it would be better. Gaming mining, the stream is lit. Yes. Okay, so guys, here's the password. William Ruiz, thanks for the sub. Here's the password. We're gonna let 50 people join because we're on 150 viewers. I would fill it up if we had 200, but we're kind of low for a Saturday. So we're on 150, so to be fair, we're gonna let 50 people join now. So we fill it up to 160. The password is Scoop. That's the password. Join now. I'm at the beach, not really, unfortunately. Hey Gaming and Gamers Channel, thanks for the sub. Yeah, we have many subs. Let's quickly summarize the subs. William Ruiz, Christian Goranov, Batu TV, George Segovia, J2P Luyen, Skiddy Galaxy, Pekka, Masum Ögret, man, Razo Gostilic, man, those names are sometimes difficult. Thanks for the sub. And Machi Bachi, I like your videos, thank you so much. Then Xioli2, H583, thanks for the follows on Twitch as well. As always, I'm streaming on Twitch and YouTube. And we're getting ready to lock the tournament. We're on 160 this second. So, okay. You guys are just so fast. And so we're actually on 170. So let's just give it 5 minutes and then we open and start it. I get irritated when I come in here and see the same crap. It will probably never change, Mrs. Scoop. Probably. We're actually on 167 likes, so probably we just open it after the next battle. And oh man, look at those requests here. So let's see. Alex Bell, donate a hawk. Then donate a giant. Then Tom or Sam or Sam. Ah, it's Sam. Let's see. Maybe we know somebody for the stream, from the stream. If we, I actually don't know. I don't know any of those from the stream. We're gonna accept this guy. Gonna accept this guy. Kieman, okay. And the German guy. What language is this? Klanina Katilmak Istiorum. Okay. And then let's do this battle. And after this battle, we're gonna open the turn. Oh, you guys can't see. And after this battle, we're gonna open the tourney and start it. Because people are taking advantage of him. JHC just rage quit the stream? Really? He's such a chilled guy. I can't imagine he rage quit. Really? Okay, let's do this friendly battle here, and then after this friendly battle, maybe I have to wear the lucky sunglasses. Which are those here? Okay, with the lucky sunglasses we can't fail. We can't fail with the lucky sunglasses. Let's go. Ah, why is everybody playing that stuff? Everybody playing the giant nightmare. The giant nightmare Skelly. So annoying. Oh, small guy too. Oh, and he actually survived. I didn't expect it. Oh, I should have just wasted 3 elixir. Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. Just wasted 3 elixir. Okay, he plays a P.E.K.K.A. I play a P.E.K.K.A. I play a wizard. And then we're gonna see who wins this. Wizard for the win. Oh dang. Why don't we fireball my wizard? I don't like that. But you have no elixir, I guess. Because of that fireball. This is so annoying. The giant Skelly, once again. Ah! Johnny is so chilled and cool, I can't imagine his rage quitting. Unbelievable. I should have pushed the other lane, I guess. Because he's pushing so heavy on this lane now. There will be another giant Skelly, I guess. This time on this lane. Now it's the golem! Come on! Two golems, like really? How can you play 2 golems? Oh, the witch! We forgot about the witch. That was super close. Come on, tanks. You gotta move there, somehow. Unbelievable that we can't get there. Uh-oh, this time we hit hard. Well played. That's just because of the lucky glasses, guys. That's what it is. Chief, I'm at 4.7k. I need a good clan. Yeah, join another clan then. Mick Taylor, the password is false. No, it's closed. The clan is closed. I said the turn is closed. I will open it now. And yeah, don't swear. If you swear, you're in the wrong place. Avafam doesn't swear. Listen to Nightbot. Can you give me friend invite link? I can give you the Facebook link because the main account here is linked to Facebook. Like I said, make me moderator and you'll not be hurt, Chief. Please don't ban me. It's a joke. No worries, no worries. I don't ban. I never ban, actually. It's the moderators that ban. I never ban. It's true. It's true. The moderators are very worried about me, and so they take care that nobody harasses or anything me, and so Mrs. Scoop swears, yeah, she's allowed to. And so they ban everyone that isn't nice. I never ban. I just don't read the stuff. Mrs. Scoop bans. Lovely Mrs. Scoop bans. Okay, let's reopen the tournament this time. I'm gonna do it here so you guys can see it. And we're gonna fill it up. We're gonna fill the tournament up. And maybe I should add a compressor. How is the voice? Because it's always flashing red here and I don't know if I'm speaking too loud. Maybe I should yeah, do a compressor or something. I don't know. But I don't know how it works. I haven't tested it. You seem like a really nice dude. I'm going to give you a sub. Thank you so much, Rebel Dippin. And that's the best reason to sub. Thank you so much, Rebel Dippin. Awesome. Yeah, the best reason to sub is you like the video, you like the stream, you like me. That helps. And you like the content on my channel. That's the reason to sub, not the tournament. But anyways, yeah, we're getting closer to 15,000. And remember, at 15,000, we're gonna plan for the 10K tournament. As it looks right now, we're gonna have the 10,000 gems tournament next Saturday. That's how it looks. Because tomorrow we'll have Royal Premier League, the best of Europe. So, I'm getting confused here with all those invites. Let's go here, edit the password. Let's make the password this. Okay. Ready? Steady, go. Fill it. You've seen it. Yeah. Some have seen it. Now it's in the chat too. If I win the tournament, will you make me moderator? No, that's not how it works. Nice try though. Why has your message been deleted by Nightbot? That's weird. Ah, because you used all caps. Nightbot doesn't like caps. As I said, I don't care about caps or anything, but the lovely moderators like lovely Mrs. Scoop, they take care of the chat and they care a lot. They keep the chat clean and that's awesome. That's awesome. So yeah, let me know how my voice sounds to you. Is it too loud? When I put on the headphones, usually like this, I speak too loud and I'm actually trying to speak less loud. And that's why I'm not wearing the headphones, usually. That's why. That's the reason. Because I feel like I'm speaking too loud. Yes, I'm using OBS. So let me know. Because I found this compressor today and maybe I should add a compressor to the voice. It's wonderful, says Mrs. Scoop. Okay, good. And when I have the headphones, I usually speak like this. And when I do this, I have all those red lights here on the microphone and that's probably not good. That's probably not good. So I try to speak low also with the headphones on and I'm looking at that red light over there that's telling me whether I'm too loud or not. Avalon, I send you a request on Facebook. Okay, let's accept this one and then we get to this chilled little tournament here. Actually, guys, I was thinking about having a Triple Elixir tournament, but I was thinking of that too late. But that would have been a very fun idea actually. But I already announced the 2000 gems tourney. So, I don't know. Too late now. Maybe, yeah, it's gonna be too late. So, accepted all the requests. Start start. Mick Taylor, love you. I'm leaning forward like this here to read the messages. With the sunglasses, I can hardly see those messages. Whistles. Mrs. Scoop whistles. Ren Tim, thanks for the sub. Okay, guys. Yeah. Okay, let's add the compressor. And you guys tell me how this sounds. Let's try this real live here. This is with compressor. I absolutely have no clue how this works, but somehow this changes my voice, and if I shout like this, it's not loud anymore. That's weird. So I have no clue how this works. Does it also work like this? Do you still hear me? Let me just know if the sound is still okay for you like this. Let me just know if the sound is okay like this. This is with the compressor. Back to the other. It's worse. Okay. 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 Yeah. It's worse, they say. Okay. So this is without. This is better. Yeah, it's flashing red again. It seems to be better. It's flashing red. Hablemos en español, Avalon, please. Hablo un poquito español, pero no mucho. Es todo the same thing I'm saying in Spanish. Pero hablo un poquito. Yo comprendo. Especially when I'm in Spain. It takes me some time and then I understand pretty well, actually. I had about 2 years of Spanish, so I just need to warm up and then, yeah. Understanding first and then talking. Okay, guys, shall we switch the pass or shall we leave it? I think we just leave it and start the tournament. So, all that remains me to say is make sure to subscribe to my channel if you like Clash Royale, and not only this, but also my videos like the vlogs and stuff. Then that's gonna be on my channel for a lot about Clash Royale tournaments and also Clash Royale inside news, like the video from the developer Ask Me Anything. I hope you guys seen that. The developer Amy Ask Me Anything. That was in. Mrs. Scoop says leave it. What do you mean leave it? Ah, the password. Yeah, we leave it. We leave it. And the developer Amy Ask Me Anything. That was really cool. So yeah, check that one out. That was on my channel. It's my most recent, no, the video before actually. And check that one out. Saludame en español. You speak español. And yeah, I love Avalon. And we love Mrs. Scoop. And I do. Pro gamers. Where are you from? I'm from Switzerland. Okay. I want to start the tourney, but I'm distracted by the chat. Ultra Champ. He needs a lot of attention. So I'm always too loud when I wear the headphones, and then I put them like this to be a little bit more quiet. That's actually better. And then I take them off sometimes. That's why I do it, because I can see there the red lights flashing, telling me that I'm speaking too loud. And then that only happens with the headphones on. Okay, good luck everyone. Never forget, it's about the fun. It's just a game. So let's have fun in the game. And it's been started. And once we have 15,000 subscribers, next Saturday probably we're gonna have the 10K tournament. That's gonna be super hype. Monday I won't be able to stream, before I forget to say Monday. I will probably maybe stream something with my mobile, some discussion, Q&A maybe. I was thinking about that, but I won't be able to live stream because I'm not at home. Not with Clash Royale, that won't work. The password is love. Love, that's the password. But it's probably full, and that's this password. Let's watch. I'm still number 1. What deck shall I play? This one's probably too heavy. That just reminds me, I don't have a legit deck. Actually, let's play this one. Probably won't work. Let's try this one. Angel, the god of gemming, thanks for the stuff. Let's just try this one. I don't know if that works. It's just a fun deck I composed. I don't have a legit deck at the moment, so we're just gonna try that one. I don't know. I don't know if that works. A pump. Really? That's bad. We can't even punish the pump. Maybe we can. Lightning? Really? Gamer, thanks for the sub. Hey, my bats. Bats behind. Yeah, now we can fireball, but it feels like a waste. I don't know. It feels like a waste. Let's not show him our Inferno Dragon yet. And then show him now. We also need some bats here. Further distract a bit. Until this golem is destroyed. And that worked really well. And a fireball should help too. And somehow we missed them. The Golemite is still alive. Holy cow. I should give you a picture of a place near me for you to use. A moderate Espanol. Yeah, there's the golem again. And you're too slow. Yep. And you're also too slow on deployment there. I should add the Electro Wizard here. I removed the Electro Wizard, I don't know why. As I said, it's just a fun deck I had in here. And I somehow removed the Electro Wizard, which is probably a mistake. Which was probably a mistake. Almost dead. Yeah, we should add the Electro Wizard. I gotta check the real deck here. How do I do that? Gotta make a real deck. Password. Password is love. The password is love. Password is love. I gotta compose or use a real deck. Give me a second. This deck doesn't really work. Let the quiet begin. What do you mean? What is the password? Mrs. Scoop laughing. So let's see. Do we have a good deck here? We need a deck. We need a deck with the. I want to play the Mega Knight. So we're gonna find a deck with Mega Knight. No, I missed it! Top 5 Royale! Ah! Yes, the tourney is started. Let me show you a battle here while I'm looking for a deck for me. So okay, we're gonna look for a tournament deck. Okay. And we're gonna pick this guy. Okay, that's a deck they recommend. With the P.E.K.K.A. That's what they all play. The one with the rocket is nice. Rocket and Goblin Barrel. Tournament deck suggestions. What about this? Okay, let's try this deck afterwards. After this battle here. Can you open up the tourney? It is open. And here's the password, guys. If you missed it, this is the password, but it's probably full. It's probably full. And we're approaching those 50,000, guys. 50,000! Getting closer. Not even 100 we need. Scoop, I love you, says Battle Gaming. And that got Mrs. Scoop thinking like this. What is that? Why is that? Now I'm scared, she says. Hashtag now I'm scared. Okay, I got this deck here, and yeah, we're gonna play this. 80% win rate, are you kidding me? With this deck, somebody got 18%. 80% win rate, are you kidding me? But I'm gonna play the other one, I guess. Amigos, vengan a mi canal. Hey, don't advertise. I understand Spanish. I understand what you're saying there. I don't like it. Luring people away from my stream is not a good idea. So we're here in the middle of the tournament. It's already been started. The 2000 gems tournament at 15,000 subs. So actually next Saturday, because we're gonna hit that today, next Saturday we're probably gonna have the 10K tournament. And yeah, that's a good one there. Just destroyed that tower. Guys, do you have a clue how this whole streaming thing started for me? Why the heck did I start to stream? That's a story of life, how sometimes you just get into things and you never know how it ends or how it turns out. I'm actually still looking for a good deck for the Triple Elixir. The Golem I don't want to change because I like that one. So maybe I should tell you a story for those who don't know. But first, what is this deck? Why do I have 2 Expo decks? That's totally weird. 2 Expo decks. Ah, this is Bufferetta's Expo deck. That's why. Nick Rentas, thanks for the sub. The password is love. It's fun. Yeah, who wants to know the story how Avalon started to YouTube? Who doesn't know the story yet? I'm gonna change this deck, I guess. So we're gonna add the Pekka boy. Actually, I want to keep this. I want to keep this deck. How can I keep it? I need more than 5 deck slots. It's just not enough. So we're gonna go with this. And there we need the pump. Gonna use the pump. And guys, I actually never planned to start live streaming or making YouTube videos. That was absolutely not my plan. Absolutely not. And it was also never my plan to play Clash Royale or Clash of Clans. I actually never played games for a long time. But somehow it happened. And now we're here. It all started with Clash of Clans. Actually, I played this. I didn't play a game for a long time, and then I played Clash of Clans for some time. And then the story continued. Maybe I'll share. Maybe I'll share. So, okay, I'm confused. We need the Pekka boy. The Pekka. Where's the Pekka? There you go, Pekka. Pekka. Put it here. We need this. We don't have a fireball. That's scary. That's scary. No fireball. That's kind of scary. Okay, so we have the P.E.K.K.A, we have the minions, we have the Ice Spirit. We need the Electro Wizard. Everybody's playing the Electro Wizard nowadays, so let's put the Electro Wizard in here. Then the Bandit, we need the Bandit. Bandit girl, the pretty Bandit girl, put her here. And we have the Mega Knight, we have the Pump, and we have the Zap, so that's the deck. Let's quickly compare with those decks here, because they look similar. Ice Spirit, Electro, Bandit, minions, this guy, and Zap. Okay. I don't know. Let's try this. So, it's a P.E.K.K.A girl. I know. I hate tournaments. I'm the only level 8 and I lost 4 in a row and everyone has legendaries but me. Come on. Kind of true. Kind of true. So, okay. Yeah, let's try this right away. Never played it before. Let's try this deck. Rock and roll. Let's try. Okay, I think we got a pump. So let's try to pump. Let's try to pump. It's scary. It's scary. The moment when you start pumping is always very scary. It's very scary to pump. And I don't like to drop the Electro Wizard like that. But he just did the same thing, so I guess we're fine. Okay, another pump, please. What happened to my pump? My pump somehow disappeared. It disintegrated my pump. Okay. We don't have to be aggressive. We have the beatdown deck, so we have to play it careful. That's what my biggest mistake. Usually I'm playing too aggressive. So trying to play it more careful here. Oh dang. He's got the Inferno Dragon. Poisoning everything I got. Okay, I think it's time for a P.E.K.K.A. We're not yet in double LX time, but I don't know. Okay, okay. Ah! Really? If we just get to the tower once more. Ah. Yes, charge into the tower. That's it. Ah, almost. I thought that's it, but it's not. Oh! Like, really? Uh-oh, big mistake. Ah. I misclicked there. I misclicked this guy, the Electro Wizard. I wanted to put him on the Infernal Dragon and misclicked. The pass is love! Exactly! Mrs. Scoop. Hey, be nice with my Mrs. Scoop. Don't make her angry. She gave the password. She gives love. That's the password. That's what it's about. Okay, it was the first time we played this. It's kind of annoying if they defend all the time. Basically, it's just up to the miner rushing at the tower and you don't have any fireball or anything. That's kind of annoying to play. We're also missing the Inferno Dragon. I don't know. Avalon, ¿puedes venir a Panama? No, I can't. 28th of November? What happens in Panama? I've never been there. Nobody listens to mods. I do. So what I don't like here is that we don't have a fireball. We would have one if we had a fireball. I think the fireball is worth more than the zap. I don't know. Blame me for making a mistake here, but I think it's more value to have a fireball. I need that fireball. It's probably a mistake, but let's try. So that's how it works. You copy a deck and then you change it. What the heck? Which is not working or what? Which not working? Which one? This one's better. Dorag, thanks for the follow. No, Twitch is working fine, I don't know. That's weird. Can we jump at the tower? Can we kill that Valkyrie? No. Yeah, gonna play the Inferno Dragon, that's why we should have the Electro guy ready. No. You only got 2 hits, but actually that's nice, we get 2 hits. I mean, what else can you ask for? 2 hits. No! Why are you not going for the Inferno Dragon? Really? Okay, one more. One more cycle and we're set. Okay, there we are. Fireball. That's why I need the fireball. They're so defensive, and it's kind of the only way to get to the tower is playing the fireball. I know. Well played. That's why it's good to have a fireball. Youngin. Oh. I can't have glasses and headphones, you know. Twisting my ears. Okay. Despacito! That's an awesome song. I'm one doing tourneys, I'm terrible at it, and a waste of a spot. No problem. I subscribed and written about 60 comments. Please tell me the password. I like the way to subscribe and put the notify bell. There you go. The password is love. Mohamed Omar. Love is the password. It may be full though. Mohamed Omar. But it's full. I'm sorry. Where the hell is Goa? Yeah, we haven't heard of Goa in a long time. Let me show you a battle here. So that worked actually really well against one of the meta decks. Everybody playing P.E.K.K.A. So that kind of worked well. He said he was dying. Who is dying? Ah, Goa. Yeah. He said something like it had a surgery. I'm hungry. I'm hungry, guys. Wait, how old are you? We don't know. So yeah, the story. Guys, we were storytelling. Storytelling. How it all started. Actually, so how it happened. I somehow... The somehow would be interesting. But yeah, somehow I got in contact with Clash of Clans. Before that, I actually haven't played games in a long time. Actually, I played some games, like there was a zombie game I played and other stuff. But usually I just played them, and yeah, after 2 or 3 days I put them away. I was never much interested in most of the games actually on mobile. And then I started playing Clash of Clans, and that was kind of funny. And what I liked most about it, and you probably can connect to this, is the clan thing. Now this is a double-sided thing with the clan, you know. The first thing is, it's cool to have a clan. It's kind of, you're kind of surprised by the social interaction you have in a game with this clan. And so that kind of got me not hooked in the first place. I just played it a bit and built it a bit, and then in summer, actually about 4 months later, 4 months after the game came out, and about 3 months I played it. I thought, okay, let's try this again. Let's try to build a clan just for fun, because that would probably be, my idea was, if we build this clan, I can basically always ask for troops, and I wouldn't have to donate troops. Kind of a selfish idea I had. And so I created that clan, and I was thinking of a name, and the idea was to have a name that nobody ever had before. And yeah, we did that. The clan name still is Wasserpistole, which is water pistol. And so I created that clan, and it was kind of really tough to fill that clan, because you know we're only using the global chat and stuff. And then comes into play what I said is kind of a double thing. First, it's cool to have like those, it's like having a beer with friends in the evening after work, like an after work beer. You're in the clan, you chat, and that's a lot of fun. But then also you're kind of clan leader, And there comes a responsibility with that. And I always had a bad conscience, kind of to leave the clan alone. And so yeah, I continued playing, I enjoyed it. It's basically the only game I played was Clash of Clans for about 2 or 3 years. And then I maxed everything and it became boring. I'm older. And it became boring. So Clash of Clans kind of became boring, just playing alone, chatting in the clan chat and stuff. And then I watched some videos. Actually, I tried to get to Titan League in Clash of Clans. It's a long story, guys, but we have some time. I don't know, do you want to hear the story? Probably you're not even interested in the story, how I got streaming. I didn't plan to, I just played this stupid game and somehow it happened. I played 2v2 with you today, remember? Yeah, probably. Avalon could privately tell me how old he is. I guess I'm older than you think. So I better not tell. Old chicks have fun. What the heck? So, yeah, okay. Long story short, what then happened is I found actually a Chief Pat video. And from the Chief Pat video, I found the Galadon video. And that Galadon video was about how to start YouTubing. And then I thought, dang, that's a cool idea. I always loved making videos. And yeah, we had those old Super 8 cameras and stuff. And Avalon, you're not old. Thank you so much, Paula. Thank you so much. And I always loved to make movies, actually, or videos. And so I thought, my clan was doing so bad at attacks. We always did dragon attacks and they sucked at dragon attacks. And it's so easy. So I made a video, and that's actually my first video. It's also on my YouTube channel on how to attack with dragons at Town Hall 8, I guess it was. Because we had many people in the clan with low level Town Halls. And that's basically how I started YouTubing. And yeah, not really serious. Like 1 video a month or something. And then also Galadon's fault, kind of. When he started streaming on Camcord, I thought, okay, my YouTube channel is not doing that well, so let's try streaming. Streaming sounds fun, and guys, I was so nervous when I switched that go live button on for the first time. I think every one of you that is streaming can relate to this. It's a feeling like you're disappointed if nobody shows up. But it's very stressful to think that many people show up when you do it the first time. That's about the feeling you have. And so I did my first Clash of Clans stream without even talking and no face cam, just playing the game and typing in the chat. And yeah, that's how it started. And then actually I found that streaming is way more fun than videos at that moment, because of the interaction with the viewers. I really enjoyed that. That's basically how I got into streaming, basically. And that's just a story how sometimes things start without you actually really planning on it. Like, you just try stuff and things happen, and that's why I'm streaming now. I didn't plan on this. I got 9 wins in Triple Challenge and 2 losses. That's awesome, Wooperman. So the question still is, why was I doing this? Why? Why did I feel connected by streaming, and why was I so engaged with streaming? And I'm gonna tell you sometime. Keep the tension high. Okay, Mrs. Scoop sent a picture. Age isn't how old you are, but how old you feel exactly. I'm gonna tell you a secret here, guys. Ava wisdom. Listen to Ava wisdom. I'm gonna tell you a secret here. You're never old until... Here's the definition of old. I heard that, somebody said it, and since then I believe it. You're old the moment you're thinking more about the past than the future, that's the moment you're old. As soon as you start not having plans, not thinking of the future, but only look backwards at the things that have been and not having ideas, then you're kind of old. So age is rather, in my opinion, is a mindset, not a number. It's a mindset. Are you interested in things that happen? Are you trying new stuff? Are you looking forward? Are you interested in life as a general and trying things? That's what it's about. And as long as, I mean, age is just irrelevant. It's not relevant at all. So let me read quickly. I'm too young to be called wise and too old to be called young. Gojo Gaming, thank you so much. Did you see my DM on Twitter? Not yet, not yet. Let me open it quickly. That's weird. The DM. There's a DM. What did you send? Whoa, where's that? Look at the Snapchat thing again. Gorgeous picture. Now tell me your age. Okay. Why do you send me a picture and then ask for my age? That's weird. But the picture is actually really great. The rainbow there is great. Another one. You know, I'll never tell. The lion. A lion backdrop. Well, the balloon is beautiful. The balloon is beautiful. Why are you so curious? Ah, because you're a woman. Ah, okay. That explains it. You can use them. What should I use them for? What's your idea to use them for? We could use them as a background. I'm a woman! Yeah, that's why you're curious. I'm curious too. I mean, so now I'm lost. Where was I? Here. Oh, good. Back to the game, guys. Can you get 3 crown? Sometimes. Shall we try the crazy deck again? Let's try it once more, guys. Let's try. Take some English lessons then. Voila the bot. I can't understand what you're saying. Dang. Wrong language? I don't know. Oh no, I hate this guy. Giant Skelly, I hate him. He goes to the tower directly, it's so annoying. And look at this. Just the 2 death bombs. Take my tower. It's so ridiculous. Why did I just play that Electro Wizard like that? That's a really bad move. The Giant Skelly almost won against my P.E.K.K.A. Did you see that? Isn't that weird? It's one of those moments where I have both towers and he got one and wins. Shadow plays. So he's gonna defend this. Fireball. Okay. We have a bandit at the tower. pump. Hey, yeah, we got the tower. He's got one too, though. Why am I pumping? We're already in overtime. Shouldn't be pumping anymore. It's over anyways. Good game. Well played. Well played. That first push there was really strong. I was too late to defend against that giant skelly. Let's watch that quickly. I was just too late to defend the giant skelly at start. That's the risk I think I pumped first. But he didn't have a well starting there. He played the giant skelly there. Yeah, I could have fireballed maybe. But the pump really got me. If a fireball here. I wasn't really... I could have played the ice wizard too. But that only got me a second. The deadly pump. But we recovered really well. So they cloned the giant skelly. Hello Angelo, shiny diamond head. So only 65 more subscribers for 15,000. 15,000. I am a male searching for another male to take care of me. What the heck? I think you're in the wrong place. Wrong stream. Bola is off. Bye bye, Bola. Thanks for being here. Always great to have you, Bola. Okay. We cloned the giant skelly. Shall we try again? Shall we try again? Not this. Let's go. Toxic! Hola! Toxic! Welcome back. Great to have you. Clash with Chris Bali. Thanks for the sub. And Hunt Pro. Thanks for the sub. Okay. Okay. I don't know what to do. I'm totally confused. What kind of start is this? We have to sacrifice so much here. For a moment. Totally confused there. Didn't know what to do. Who plays 2 Inferno Dragons at the start? Piemo. That really got me off guard. I wanted to place the pump and then this happened. But yeah, we kind of recovered well from that strange surprise. Okay, this damage we're gonna take and... super aggressive. Like really super aggressive, I don't know. You know he's got Inferno Dragon mirrored, but now he's too late. He's too late. We got that tower really, really fast. A bit late, I know. And yeah, let's walk. He's only level 8, by the way. In case you haven't noticed, he's level 8. Damage. Not talking so much when I'm playing, I know. Nice one. But well played. I mean, he's only level 8. Well played. Well played. So, let me quickly read. Inferno Dragon, Marco Omagic. Toxic, and that is an example of why you should save Elixir instead of spending. Yeah, exactly. When I jumped at his tower, he played 2 Inferno Dragons. That's very expensive. Very expensive. Why would he do that? Password is love. Gilberto Pavia. Hey. Bye bye, Gilbert. Have a great day. Kevin Smack in the house. Whoa, Kevin is the man. Big smack for Kevin Smack. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Crazy Gamer. Why is he saying sorry? Kevin Smack. Awesome streamer. But, guys, he played those 2 Inferno Dragons. He was just trying something, and he's level 8. I think that's fine. He just tried. Sometimes I just try stuff to see whether it works, and sometimes it catch somebody off guard and it works. The password is love. The password is love. That's the password. Smack, smack, smack. Kevin in the house. There's the rocket. Dang. Happy it's not my tower. Kevin in the house. I gotta clean those glasses. Kevin Smack. Guys, he's on YouTube. Check him out. Awesome streamer. Why is very savage by the way. I loved his video today. Did you see that video? When he played Clash Royale in the pool. That was a fun video. I love the vlog videos. My videos also, I'm trying to make them more into vlogs because that's the way I like the videos. Not so much only on Clash Royale, but the vlog style. Clash Royale, please, please, please. Please, please, please. I wanna be your friend. Please, please, please. I just wanna be your friend. Oh yeah. There you go. The easiest thing to get my friend on Clash Royale is Facebook with my main account. Just follow Facebook. That probably was horrible. I don't know. Avalon, do you have a clan? And if so, can I join? It's Kings of Kings and you can. Mrs. Scoop is scared and worried about Avalon. Yeah, me too. That probably sounded horrible. The next level is I grab my guitar over there and start playing. That's the next level. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, 3,000 trophies, that's the limit on my clan. So you should be able to join. Please, please, please. I just made up this song, by the way. So let's go here. Confirm those friend requests. Don't worry, you all get accepted. It's all a big family. It's called Ava Fam. Some call it Avalanche because it's such a big movement. Nobody does it like we do it here in the streams. Just being silly, having fun. I think, yeah. Of course Kevin Smack is doing it. Mrs. Goop is doing it. Awesome streamers. Mrs. Goop worried about Avalon. Avalon. Being crazy. But I grab the guitar and play. Avalon! I invaded. You invaded my Facebook. You invited on my Facebook. You invited on my Facebook. Okay, cool. I will accept. Avalon. Anthony Pavia. Hey, hey. Kevin Smack still in the house. Awesome. Awesome Kevin Smack. Part of the awesome Smack family and the Ava family. Kevin. Kevin Smack. Yeah, play. No, it's gonna be horrible. It's gonna wake up all the neighbors. Probably not even plugged in. Oh, it is plugged in. Doesn't work though. I know. Holy cow, that sounds horrible, guys. Horrible. It really sounds horrible. It's not even tuned properly. That's gonna hurt your ears. But you wanted it that way. You wanted it that way, it's gonna hurt. It's gotta hurt. Something's gotta hurt. So let's see. I think that's gonna be crazy painful. Because I have to warn you, I haven't played in a long time. The password is love. Love, that's the password. And actually I can't play on this chair. Really weird. Okay, it's horrible. It's horrible. And it's not properly tuned. Can you hear how horrible this sounds? I'm playing! Damn! Horrible! Dang. Okay, I need practice. Am I trolling you guys? Kind of. Swoop. I tried to think of a song I always play. Holy cow. Okay, next one. I should play a real song. Swoons, Garin, ask one more time and we will time you. I have given it. The password is love. Love is all you need. ChiefAvalon, are you streaming at the beach? Shoot, man, that takes skill. How is it over there? I'm not really at the beach. It's just a picture. It's just a picture. The password is love. Someone is asking for password again and again and again. Get a life. I really could play, but it's a long time ago. And so on and on and on, and that's just horrible. It's so detuned, and I always think I should. And I always think like, dang, I should practice again, and I never have time to practice. Horrible! I think it sounds horrible. Are your ears still working, guys, or are they bleeding? I hope your ears not bleeding too much now. Holy. I hope your ears... It's actually a lot of fun to play, guys. It's actually really a lot of fun. And I should practice more. I'm swooning. What is swooning? Oh god, the blues. I'm swooning. What is swooning? I gotta look up swooning. What is swooning? I never heard that word. Swooning. It's a new word. Swooning. I mean, guys, I'm totally out of practice. So, swooning doesn't exist. Swoon. I'm in Spanish, okay. Swooning, to swoon. Okay, that's what it is. You're swooning because your ears are bleeding. That's not a good sign. If you're swooning because your ears are bleeding, it's not a good sign. You should see a doctor if your ears are bleeding now. Oh. Yeah, we're having too much fun here on the channel. Oh god, the blue. Can't accept my friend. It sounds good, thanks. Kevin! Guys, I should really do some practice. I used to be able to play a little bit better. Kind of a shame. You just have to believe me. You can believe me or not. But I should practice a bit, and it's actually really cool to play. It's one of my favorite hobbies. It used to be one of my favorite hobbies. I was like playing every 3 minutes I had. And yeah, a lot of blues of course and solos. But I never played in a band. A friendly battle. I would play, but not in all caps. The Nightbot is very sensitive about caps. Avalon needs to learn the song Dragonfly and I'll sing it. Kevin Smack, hi! Swoon. Swoon. Cool word. Swooning is actually a good thing. No, don't change your name to that. Come on. Swooning. The fans are swooning. The viewers are swooning here. Maybe that will get me more viewers if I play the guitar while playing Clash Royale. I mean, with 3 hands, it's no problem. I play guitar and at the same time I play Clash Royale. It's actually possible. You don't believe it, but it's possible. Let's try. Can I still do it? It's possible to play with one hand. I don't know if you know, but it's actually possible, and some time ago. So it's possible to play with one hand. You can see it here. It's actually really possible. But this hand is here, right? And that's what you can do actually. And I could play Clash Royale like that with one. Some practice. That's how you play with one hand. So maybe that's a challenge. Play Clash Royale and play the guitar at the same time. That's the ultimate challenge for the pros. No, that's not a good idea for your channel name, Mrs. Scoop. I agree with Avalon, says Royal Flush. Don't change. What's the name of that song? I don't know. Checked Facebook already? Not yet. That's in the background. Avalon, I have a question. Go ahead, ask. Ask me anything. Sometimes you get an answer, sometimes you don't. Just ask. But someone called me that! Dang, how could they dare calling you that? It's unbelievable. What a dumb person must that be, that calls you such stupid things. Hola, saludame! Can you copy the deck I'm using? Name is Brandon. I completely forgot to play myself. I was actually quite successful with that new deck. So this is my pick, if you wondered, this is my pick. And it's kind of proof that I played more regularly. It has those sharpened edges here. It's actually not how it's usually. I sharpened it myself actually to have more accuracy when picking. So yeah. Maybe people don't watch me. If people don't watch me play Clash Royale, they maybe would watch me play the guitar. I don't know. I could play with my teeth, you know. We could also play with my teeth. Would you like to see that? Like this. Play the guitar with my teeth and play Clash Royale at the same time. Actually, you can play Clash Royale with one hand and play the guitar with the other. And then also, like with teeth, they are so and there. Three hands. I mean, Avalon has gone mad. Avalon. But that's how we know him. Him? Who is it? Going mad. Why are you the best YouTuber? Why hasn't everybody found out yet? Even PewDiePie should know. He's some years ahead though. Why you are the best YouTuber? Thank you so much, Vasilis. Tournament name and password is ChiefAvalon and the password is love. Love. That's what it's all about. Play the guitar with your nose. My nose is not sharp enough for that. And Grumbler Gaming, hey. Can you do a dab? Just once? Hey, look over there! I just did the dab. You haven't seen it because you looked there. Bad luck. Bad luck. But actually, on my Facebook, you see Avagirl doing the dab. And I think that's way cooler than when I do the dab. Don't mention PewDiePie, lol. Why? Oh, I saw it. Something happened. Still saw it from him yelling at me. Did he yell at you? I think there was a live stream where you said something with PewDiePie. But was he really there? No. I didn't see that live stream. I just saw the title of the stream. Try using the end of your glasses to play the guitar. That'd be pretty cool. That actually works. Saw that dab. Yeah. Kevin, what happened with PewDiePie? I missed that one. Thanks for the great tournament. Didn't do too well. Wasn't prepared with my decks. Finished outside price bracket. Okay. I was trying to pull a joke on him and he didn't get it and thought I was talking bad about his broadcast. You were in his broadcast. Okay. Yeah, he's streaming almost every day now. I don't watch him too often. I don't know. He is one of the first YouTubers, but oh no, my pick. But I don't know. He's got some very funny videos and some videos I don't like. So yeah, I don't know. But he's a cool guy. I think he's a very nice guy. That's at least my perception. But probably you guys also think I'm a nice guy. That's probably what you think. You couldn't be more, that couldn't be more not true. No, just kidding. I'm a nice guy. Still salty. I was trying to pull a joke. Yeah, he had 40k watching. I told him, dude, turn down for what? To turn down for what? Setting. It's a song. Okay. And he started yelling. Thought I was saying he had poor graphics. But at least he reacted to your comment. That's amazing. I mean, that's amazing. He noticed you. That's really cool. There's actually still one guy playing. Turn down for what? Okay. You got noticed. That's really cool. And Vasily's message got deleted because he used all caps. Nightbot, it's a bot, removes messages with all caps. He missed me, makes me feel bad. He never noticed me. I left some comments on his videos, he never reacted, but it's obvious. I mean, it's so many people there, so many. But I think he's a really nice person actually, from what I see and how I think he is, just from the videos. I mean, you can never tell really from the videos, but from what I've seen. But actually, yeah, I know. There's others I watch more often. CWA, for example, is one I watch often, and Savage is a YouTuber I watch a lot, and Kevin Smack also. Those are the YouTubers I watch most. So let's put away the pick. Now let's play this guy here. What do I have here in my hands? You have no clue. This here! Yes! That's what we're here for! To have fun! That's what we're here for. And... okay. That's all you're gonna see. Who are you talking about? You're talking about PewDiePie. 30, that's cool. Kevin Smack PewDiePie. Chief, I subbed you. Can you please sub back? I don't even know you yet. I could check you out. Subscribe for 10k tourney on Wednesday. Nova Daniel. Yeah, we're very close actually to 15k. And once at 15k, we'll have the 10k tournament, and that's probably gonna be next Saturday. How do you get in tournaments? Do you need legendaries? No, you don't. So that's that's what it's about. And then you put it back there and it just disappears. Look at this. I can make it disappear. Almost. That's weird. It's not even green. It's not even green. But when you put it back there, it kind of disappears in the water. Okay. Okay. Gaming. Bye bye. PewDiePie. Okay, guys. We have the winners. The top 10. We're gonna check those top 10 decks and see what they are. Shall I record it? Shall I do a new top 10 decks? I don't know. Let's quickly peek what won here. Hawk Rider 1? Really? Wow. I don't know. Let's just go through the top 10. We don't have to make a video every time. Saturday! Yes, next Saturday. We always do them on a Saturday, the 10k tourney. So next Saturday we'll have, most likely we'll have the 10,000 gems tournament. Okay, let's just check those top 10 decks. What we could do actually, stream it to Twitch. We haven't done that in a while. Let's stream them to Twitter. Twitter. Ah, confused me. Confused little me. So, okay. Quick summary. There you go. Okay, let's do that. Let's stream that to Twitter. And that's fine. I'm not gonna record it today. Okay, let's record it. But I'm actually streaming it to Twitter. Let's go. Let's see if that works. Okay, it's been a while since we did that. So guys, I'm sorry if you missed the 2000 Gems tournament. It just ended. But to make sure this doesn't happen in the future if you missed it, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on those notifications. It's really easy. And then you won't miss tournaments or live stream. I'm gonna show you the top 10 decks in this short Twitter video here. It's also on Twitter now. Jan, hey, Jan joined. Awesome. And yeah, I'm gonna give you the top 10 decks. If you don't know how to subscribe, here's a quick intro. It's really easy. How to never miss one of my live streams. Just go to my page, click that subscribe button, click on the little bell there, and that's basically it. And then you get notifications when I go live or when I post a video. That's how it works. Really easy. Now, let's go to the top 10 decks of this tournament here. Number 10. Vax Doku V. And he played, favorite card is the P.E.K.K.A. He's exactly at 4,000 trophies, so probably he hasn't played this season. I don't know. Looks like the season reset. And he's got 6,900 cards won. And he's playing the P.E.K.K.A. with Lightning and Hawk. So actually it's a Hawk Rider deck enforced with a P.E.K.K.A. And the P.E.K.K.A. is only level 4. So I don't know if he's also using it on ladder, but with this deck here he made it to number 10. That's amazing. Marmok, love you. Hey Marmok. Welcome, welcome. Benzel Varga, thank you. Now we have viewers on Twitter as well. That's very amazing. We're just having fun here. Okay, that's number 10. Number 9, Legend. Let's see what he played in the 2,000 gems. By the way, guys, before I forget, it's here, right here. At 15,000 subs, you're gonna have the 10,000 gems tournament, and you can see it below there. We're so close to 15,000 subscribers on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube. We'll get there soon, and next Saturday we'll have the 10,000 gems tournament. And by the way, tomorrow we'll have Royal Premier League, the best of Europe. Also looking forward to that on my channel. Do you speak Russian? No, I don't. Jinx in the house. Hey Jinx. Woo 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 woo. Awesome, welcome. So yeah, okay, let's go back to this. Number 9, Mega Knight is his favorite card already. And if you're looking for a Mega Knight deck, he made it to number 9 with this Mega Knight deck here. With Goblin Bear, Mega Knight, Princess, and yeah, Inferno Dragon. Yeah, that's the Mega Knight deck number 9 in this tournament. Next one is number 8, Jimmy. Also Mega Knight is the favorite card. Now finally the Mega Knight deck's coming here. And He's playing a Hog Rider deck though. One of the, yeah, kind of old, it feels old-fashioned now. The Hog Rider with the Executioner Tornado, but still works. It's only 3.0 Elixir, which is really cool, and he made it to number 8. Then number 7, Vainö. And another great player. Favorite card is the Knight, and he plays, yeah, the Spellbait deck. And that got him to number 7. Then number 6, Oresti Villa. Number 6, and favorite card is the P.E.K.K.A. What is my favorite card at the moment, actually? That's weird, I don't know. So this is another Mega Knight deck, and at the moment I think a lot of people are looking for Mega Knight decks, and this is one of them. And with the P.E.K.K.A. It's pretty much the meta, very similar to the deck I played, except for I just replaced the Zap with the Fireball, because I love to do some remote damage when it's really close. Wenzel Varga, thanks for the sub. Okay, that's number, who was that? That was Oresti Villa. Then number 5, Nova Daniel. Hey, that makes me happy. Nova Daniel. Favorite card is the Knight, and also playing the Spellbait. Awesome. He's number 5. Then Rufa Expo. So you see, also with Expo, it's possible to get there. Amazing. With the Expo deck, only 3.1. It's kind of still the same thing here with the Ice Wizard important, and the Ice Golem and the Inferno Dragon for the tanks. That's really important. And then the rest you can switch, like the Fireball, yeah, is important too. And the Mega Minion and Ice Spirit. It's also a kind of deck I like to play, actually. It's pretty easy to play in tournaments. And in ladder, I play the same thing actually with a Mortar, which is kind of successful. It's more successful because my Mortar is higher level than my Expo. Okay, that's Rufa. Then the top 3, unknown. Number 3 is unknown. No, number 3 is actually unknown. Favorite card Golem, and he played this Golem deck. Golem Double Dragon. Did he really play that in the tournament? Or has he changed the deck? I don't know, but this is the deck I usually play in 2v2. A deck like this with the Double Dragon. There's also a video on my channel. And this is such a beatdown deck with Double Dragon. If both play the same deck, and I actually don't even have a pump in it. But yeah, both have to play really aggressive, and it's usually a 3 crown. If you know how to play it. That's number 2. Number 3. Then number 2, Thomas. Thomas, favorite card, that Giant. And he plays Giant, Miner, and Minion Horde. Level 13. By the way, I'm gonna have my first level 13 card soon, but they're very expensive to upgrade. And it's gonna be the 3 minions. And now we see number 1, our big number 1 today, Techno Matt. Techno Matt, favorite card, the P.E.K.K.A. and his deck. Not gonna show yet. Let's show it slowly. The battle deck, what we see there is a little bit more. We see a Hog Rider, an Electro Wizard, and an Ice Golem and Lightning. So this is the classic, the Hog Rider Lightning. Awesome deck, very successful deck. Also in challenges, it's a very successful deck, and he made number 1 today with this deck. That's amazing, congrats. Amazing deck. So that's it for Twitter, viewers. We're gonna continue on YouTube and Twitch for a bit, play some more 2v2 and fun. For Twitter, that's basically it. I'm gonna end the Twitter stream here. I hope you enjoyed this short update on Twitter on who won this tournament. See you guys. So that was the quick Twitter. And let's read the chat. Get lost, Royale. Mrs. Scoop, Jinx in the house. Hey, the most beautiful blue eyes. Awesome to have you here, Jinx. How are you? I hope you're great. I hope you're having a great weekend. Okay, let's see. We're on clan chest 4 of 10. Why are we so low? So, okay, let's play a 2v2. Let's open those chests here. That was easy. 5th place, Nova Daniel. Congrats. Awesome. Let's play some more 2v2 and Triple Elixir battles. Vasilis, thank you so much. So, and shall we stay with this deck? Yeah, I think we don't really need the pump in Triple Elix. Never mind. Let's play a quick match. Chief, I'm having a good weekend. Cool. Got to put this away here for playing. It's kind of distracting. Royal Flush. Daniel. Yes. Awesome. I just don't know why you play those cards. Because they won't get there. But what about that mask? Royal Flash. If you wonder what I'm doing, I'm trying to read what I missed. I was eating and playing. It was a little hard. Yeah, you can teach me, Nova Daniel. You can teach me. There's many great players out there. Many. Royal Flash. Love everyone. Okay. Now, you had enough time to invite me for battles. I'm also gonna accept and see if there are more invitations. Let's do some either Triple Elixir battles or 2v2s for about 15 minutes before we end. I'm still in the mood to play a bit. So this is your chance if you want to play with me. I'm still hungry. Yeah, me too. Me too. Ah, there you go. Let's go. Let's rock and roll. We already had the rock and roll here when I played the guitar. Illuminati. Illuminati. Illuminati or Illuminati? I don't know. Who cares? Who cares? Good luck. Bang. Good luck. There you go. I don't know what to play. Ah, this helps. Okay, this helps. What about playing this bad boy here? That's a smart idea? I don't know. Maybe a bit too much pressure. Hey, how did you lock on the P.E.K.K.A? It's so far away. You kidding me? How could he even lock to the P.E.K.K.A? It's too far away. Since when does it range from the bridge to the P.E.K.K.A? That's totally crazy. From there to the bridge? That's crazy. I don't know. And all out of that mess of troops, the Inferno Tower picks the P.E.K.K.A. I mean, really? How is that possible? How is that possible? There was a mess of troops around the P.E.K.K.A, but from all those, it picked the P.E.K.K.A. Gamers Channel, how old is Avalon? I think he's really young. Alex feels too fast. You stay behind, Electro guy. Electro guy, you just stay behind. Yes. We got that Inferno Tower this time. Nice. What about Fireball? He's just into that mess. There's a big mess. And they're trying again with the double hog rush, but they forgot about our P.E.K.K.A at the tower, and that's a nice 3-crown win. That's a nice 3-crown win. And we don't even get a chest for this. Nightbot is a savage. Age is not important. In the end, it's all just one day. Already Janis Joplin knew it. It's all just one day. There's no tomorrow, there's no yesterday. It's just one day. Sometimes it's bright and sometimes it's dark. So, next one. Next one! Kind of always bend over to read with the glasses especially. I win, you lose! Thanks for the sub. Haven't you been subbed before? I remember the name. I remember the name. I don't know, does Mrs. Scoop still play Clash Royale? I don't think so. She made a song where she said she quit. I just can't play this game anymore, that's what she said. I just can't play this game anymore, that's what she said. Ooh. It went something like that. Yeah, she said. Nope, I do. Ah, you do play it. You still play it. I thought you quit. Would be more reasonable to quit. The battle ram. 3 pumps. We're totally Elixir crazy here with 3 pumps on the map. It's insane. I don't think this is gonna make a good ending here. So many pumps. And no Elixir to defend. They did a lot of damage, but we have 2 pumps down. Clash Royale, I'm giving up on you. Yeah, that was the song name, exactly. Hog Mountain. Are you going this lane? Okay, I'm gonna take this lane then. That's fine. Gonna split forces here. I'd love to have the Electro guy ready. Let's play it. Yeah, now the Inferno is dead. Let's just call it dead. Nice healing. Oh. My bandit survived though. Oh, he's going all the lane. Yeah, that's kind of weird team play here. Always switch lanes. Yeah, they can lightning our tower, that's the problem. They will for poison. There you go. Too much damage. I'm always giving a well play. I apologize. I like your videos. It's virtual. Thank you. I can't play when I lose 10. I actually never lose 10 times in a row because there's my rule. Whenever I lose 3 times, I quit. And currently, I'm trying to push my mini account to Legendary. Now I'm very close now with the Mega Knight. Lorenzo Dobby, hey hey! It's virtual with the fake donations. What's the point? Lorenzo Dobby, sure, I do remember you. Where have you been? Where have you been? Where have you been? We've been missing you. Where have you been? Uh-oh, not good. Not good. Kangaroo! Go, Kangaroo, go! I call him the Kangaroo Man. The Mega Knight is the Kangaroo Man. Go, Mr. Kangaroo Man. Jump at them. Go, Mr. Kangaroo Man. Oh no. Oh no, stop it. Not nice. I didn't like that. Didn't get through. They get more damage. Not enough Alex. That's not what I want to hear. I just don't have enough Alex. I need more elixir. Okay, we gotta play the bandit. Just to reduce damage slightly. Come on, bomb, explode. Yes. It's so close. Fire in the house. Yeah, I would love to play my Mega Knight, but I can't save up enough Alex. Somehow. Then it's always a bit too late. So this gotta be the push. And it's always that Skelly, the giant Skelly is super annoying. Okay, go there. Come on, Mortar, you can do it. Only 8 seconds. Oh. Can we at least get one tower? Ah! Horrible! Lorenzo! Yeah, they're playing so defensive. Oh, Switzerland! Yes, that's where I'm from. Beautiful beaches of Switzerland. Actually, it's in France though. This beach is in France. Guess where it is. So, next one. Let's switch decks. This is my 2v2 deck, I guess. No, this is the Triple Elixir deck. For the Triple Elixir deck, we need something on the ground. Let's try the Triple Elixir deck here. BG! Can you organize a tournament? Actually, I had this idea of doing a Triple Elixir tournament, but I was too late. I already started with the 2K tourney, so I was too late for that one today. Now this is a very, very heavy deck. And so... it's just too late. Let's try to rush, and sometimes it works. Actually, we just have to bridge the time until double Alex. The lag is killing us! Gilberto, you're the mean man. That unsub. If he doesn't like the content, it's his decision. But I still wanna read it. I'm news addicted. Okay, this time I'm gonna smash you. Bang! That's the best spell in the game. Did you see that? The Mega Knight, it's the best spell in the game. Then yeah, play the rocket. We win with the rocket. Just play that rocket. Dang, good game. Well played. Well played. So, what did Gilberto do? He came back. Darf man auf Deutsch schreiben? Yes, you can. I can read it. Oh, a magical chest. Nice. Nice. It looks beautiful. Aber du kannst keinen direkten Schaden machen. You can't hit... Oh, Avagirl is here. I couldn't find... Because it's over, Alan. It's over. Journey is over. Let me quickly try to find... Why Mrs. Scoop said this. Gilberto. Gilberto, hi. Gilberto said hi. You're the mean one that unsubbed, she said. Ah, I think she just remembered him. Create a tournament. We already had it. You had it. You had the tournament for today. You did have it. I got a magical chest for... Yes, Lorenzo, thank you so much. Just a second, I gotta say goodnight to Avagirl. In the meantime, let me show you one of the battles. I don't know. Want to see the one from the tournament? Oops, what is this? One from the tournament again? This one here. That's a nice one. And I just say goodnight to Avagirl. Just a second. So, we're back. Ich habe dich im letzten Stream abonniert. Mark CR, thank you so much. Vielen herzlichen Dank, Mark. Vielen herzlichen Dank. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed. You're just a bad YouTuber. I am on my alt account. You are just an old. I don't know. That hurts. That hurts. From a guy that is typing anonymously into the chat and never showed his face or anything. Honestly, I couldn't care less about your opinion. So, we're gonna end soon, guys. It was a lot of fun today. Don't forget, tomorrow we have Royal Premier League. And it's gonna be the best teams of Europe, I guess, or the best player of Europe. It's called the All-Stars Europe. That's gonna be tomorrow. Let me check the time exactly. I don't know the exact time. I don't know the exact time. Just a second. What's the date tomorrow? Ah, there you go. So it will be 9 p.m. 9 p.m. It's gonna be a short stream for about 1 hour. I'm actually just gonna cover the All-Stars Europe. And that will start at 9. So about half an hour, or actually an hour later than my usual streams. But you will see it. And that will be tomorrow. Monday, I won't be able to stream Clash Royale, but I may do a stream about Clash Royale. I was thinking about whether we can do a short stream where we discuss some stuff about Clash Royale. So that's the idea. I mean, your deck is too expensive for 2v2. It's my 3 Elixir deck that I just play. Aus welchem Land bist du? Aus der Schweiz. Okay, let's do one more or 2 or 3 more 2v2s before we end for today. And let's switch back to this deck. Actually, that one, no, it has the pump though. Let me try the X-Ball. No, let's play the Golem. Let's play the dirty Golem again. The dirty old Golem. No, the 2v2 with me, it's so funny. Okay. One more 2v2. You got the final 2v2 for today. Is Jinx, the beautiful blue eyes, still here? Hey Avalon, how's it going? Kyle Wilson, how are you? Long no see. Actually, you were here last time, I guess. Just saying long no see, but I think you were here last time. So we gotta protect the princess, but it's too late. It's too late for her. She already died. She's in a better place now, the princess. She just died. And trying to kill my golem, I don't like that. It's not meant to be killed, it's meant to kill the tower. Yeah, I wish I had my Mega Knight with me, but I don't. And this is kind of sad here, because the Mega Knight would take care of all that stuff very easily. I'm so used to playing the Mega Knight now. I gotta go, Chief! I only had a little bit of time today, but I'll see you soon. Have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you so much, Jinx, and same to you. Have an amazing weekend. Let's pump. I don't know, this is not going anywhere right now. It's just like defending all the time. That's what it is. And lightning, defending and lightning. That's what it is. We're gonna play another golem. Yeah, but play the stuff behind my golem. That helps. That helps. Do you live stream Clash of Clans? I haven't done it in a long time. I actually started with Clash of Clans, but as I said, yeah, it's been a while. Dang, that was fast. Did you see how we just got that tower? That was really fast. And now we're pushing there. Nice one. Come on, get that tower. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, next golem, please. Gotta play another golem here. We just killed the princess. Come on, not fair. Oh, the rocket. Is that enough? Yes, it is. Because of the nice little golem head. 3 crowns and no chest slot. John Parks, thanks for the sub. Warum streamst du auf English? That's an interesting question. And it started with Camcord. It's all Camcord's fault actually. Because I started streaming on Camcord, and this is a more originally more a US platform, so all of the streamers were English, and that's why I started in English. But I actually did try German and English, but at the time we almost had no German viewers, and that's how I started to stream in English basically. And now most of my viewers actually speak English, so I just stay with that. I'm great, first time watching on my YouTube account, usually watch on Twitch. Cool, Kyle, that's awesome. Let's play while I try to catch up in the chat. Really hard for me to play and read. Anonymous, stream mal auf Deutsch, but then all the viewers leave because they don't understand. Most of the viewers. To please start again with Clash of Clans. I don't know, there is somehow, I don't know. There's no energy in Clash of Clans for me. I can play it at the moment. No, this is cool. No! That Inferno Tower was big value. Awesome value there for that Inferno Tower. We're gonna push here and ignore that execution because my P.K.K.A. is almost at, my golem is almost at the tower. Let's place some arrows, and that should be tower anyways. My Night Witch still at full health, that's amazing. And is it gonna be another 3-crown win? So this deck here works really well in 2v2. It's an amazing 2v2 deck. Should we even defend this guy? I don't know. Let's push for the 3-crown, I don't know. All about 3-crowning. We can read on here while the elixir pumping. I played against you 4 hours ago, says Alien Wong. Whoa, really? Cool. How can I add Chief on my friends list? In Facebook, it's the easiest. There you go. Well played. Another one. Another one bites the dust. Yeah, just connect with my Facebook. It's really that easy. And I'll accept friend requests. Yeah, remember when we played Bloons? Sprech mal Schweizerdeutsch. I don't know. Bye bye, Mrs. Scoop. Have an awesome weekend. Maybe see you tomorrow when I stream RPL. Oh, guys, I have to end. Bye bye, Jinx. I sent Chief a friend request. I will accept, don't worry. Hast du deutsche Abonnenten? Yes, I do have some German subscribers. Keep clashing, Vasilis. I send you a request. Okay, I will. Okay, last one. This definitely is the last match. So many 3 crowns. This is the last match. Game Center. I think this is not supported anymore. I don't know. Okay. Last one. This is the very last match. Then we end it for today. Is he playing the same deck? I'm not actually sure. Oh, Sparky's back. Oh, he's gonna rocket the Sparky. Look at this. Oh, I pushed back and Buddy still hit him. Nice. Nice play. Shall we pump? I have nothing to defend. It's always that moment when you start pumping. That's very dangerous. Guys, we only need 12 more subs for 15k. That's a huge, huge goal. You may remember that on my Twitter account, I posted at the start of the year, I posted the goals for this year, and Oh dang, I thought that's our minions. Uh-oh. And 15k is on the list. Dang, that was a mistake. I thought that were our minions there. Our minion horde. Okay, time for a deadly push, I guess. I'm not worried of the barbs, not at all. Instead, we're gonna play the minion over here. The Night Witch will kill those barbs pretty easily. We're gonna have a bandit too. And so that is a lot of stuff coming at their tower there. And also let's play a baby dragon, and that looks like another 3-crown win. Because they basically have nothing to defend this. Yeah, the 3 Muskies is not gonna defend it. And another 3-crown victory. Cool deck. The deck actually works really well. Would make a video here. All the 3-crown victories. Crazy. Check this out. All 3-crown victories here since we changed to that deck. So, unbelievable. Nightbot is a bot. If you subscribe to me, a number to watch my latest video I created 30 minutes ago. This weekend is Blumen. What is Blumencorso? Blumencorso. Okay, is that something in the Netherlands? I'm on my alt. I'm Sean Parks. Identity crisis. Yeah, it's 11 for me too, by the way. Don't be cranky. It's all about love here. Okay guys, for today it's over. We'll be back tomorrow, and I hope you guys are there. Tomorrow it will be pro players. The All-Stars Europe. It will be an hour later than usual and only for that tournament. But it's gonna be the best of the best, and we're just gonna watch those awesome players tomorrow. Be there, don't miss it. And have an awesome weekend or evening or day. Thank you guys so much. See you next time. And Mrs. Goop and Jinx and Bola, all the moderators, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And X-Ray bot, Nightbot is just a bot. If you use caps or swear word, it will mute you for some time. It's just a bot, it's not a human being. And it just does the rules that have been implemented by most of the streams. So guys, I hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Bye bye.